and I don't plan to be jumping off ledges. So yeah.
I actually already have a pair, and I've got a ring now that does better. So
Got the that 2,000 credit ring, the ring
Yeah.
4 wins. It's incredibly good. for its
I'll
price.
nab the boots landing then.
I seriously need to call character equipment 6.
And Soul Smite Gauntlets, probably no one wants, but we probably should take anyways, just for looting, selling purposes.
I'll throw them in my pack to sell later.
Yeah, because they only work for, I think, soul blades or soul knives, and that's about it.
They're useless for us.
All right, why don't we go through the loot, then go down the rolls? You guys are rolling all out of order, so start with the Cape of the Viper. I see Foster's roll. Where's Atham's roll?
Was it D20?
Yep.
On
Yeah.
D20, no mod. Foster wins.
Foster wins. I think I saw Starlancer's roll for the retaliation. Haven't seen the other one yet.
Oh yeah, first ever
Uh,
snake transforming centaur.
I
Star
was
can
about to
win those
comment
by
on that.
default because the Hellgat gauntlets were unopposed. I can't equip them
Okay.
both, so
Yeah. Good change.
So bracers take the place of gloves, or just gauntlets?
they count as hands.
Okay. All right. Let me.
No. Braces are arm. Yeah, braces go on the arm.
are
Well,
wrists. I
the
think it's
bracer
cost
was, at least the Magic Item Companion listed the item in hands.
really should be wrist.
Was it?
I am
looked
looking
again,
now.
but fairly certain they were listed in hand, that particular item.
That'd be weird. Maybe there's a gloves of retaliation.
And now, Arthur can instantly determine if a townsperson is a vampire.
And then the ultimate athleticism, you got to beat a 2 at Atham. With Yoshiro rolled a 2.
Yeah, but I rolled an 18.
Yes. The Iceman's rolled an 18
Oh.
on it, so you actually have to beat an 18.
Okay, there you go. So Yoshiro took his name off for Starlancer. Didn't beat an 18.
Too bad.
Okay.
So Icebones gets it.
Unless Icebones wants to give it to Atham.
Nah.
Just throwing it out there.
He lost to me on it.
Or
And the Arcane Scroll that can summon an angel or demon goes to Alton.
Bracers of retaliation, body slot, arms.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe they are arms then.
Wrist or arms. Or those
I
different
could roll
slots.
for that too, but I'm already getting like 4 other things. So. They are yours if you want them, Star.
I mean, they're gonna help. It's just I'm probably gonna be giving them up in an adventure, so I don't know.
They're the kind of things I
Well,
would equip.
I wasn't sure about rolling anything
Probably not use
on
much.
this time, for that matter. Like, I originally wasn't going to roll anything, but I was thinking that I was going to be with Yoshiro at least for one more adventure for Recluse's thing, so I don't know.
Well, no, I suggest, if you read my last thing on your character thing, to change out to your character as soon as possible.
Well, I'm just not going to do it in the middle of the woods. Like, I refuse to break RP like that.
That's not really breaking RP. You could just say, I'm heading off to another town. Don't want to go back to the same town to be found out as Batman, as easily as I could be.
Yeah, but then there's the whole thing of, well, this random cleric just strolls out of the woods.
No, you'd be on the road that we're taking.
We could do that.
All right, I really like Bunko's idea, but he'll have to share that with you.
alright, what's the command for
The
multiply?
Okay,
I've
good.
had enough
I thought you
dartboards
posted that
already.
to me only, but you post that to everybody. Yeah, I like the dartboard thing.
I've already had enough dartboards with one character.
Okay, how about a billiard table?
Billy ball, yeah, they rolled you up in a little ball and been knocking you around the table for a while. Why is this bowling alley in here?
Is that a man's head at the end? Oh god. Yes, I believe the gold split. Let's see here. We had 9,500. And everybody was there except for Recluse, right?
Correct. So you split it 5 ways.
Oh, does anyone want a spyglass? That'd be left over from the previous loot.
I guess I'll pick the Soul Spike Gauntlets up and stick them in my bag.
Oh, I
already-
was just going to throw them in with the other party loot I've got in my bag.
Oh, you can do that if you want. So, put it out there.
Right. Total is 1918 gold. I'm not sure how we're going to be doing decimals with this. Like it's
gold, so the 19.18 becomes it's 19
no,
gold.
it's 1918, and then it's 0.078. So it's like if it was 0.7,
8 copper,
and then,
7 silver.
well, point.
Just call it 7 copper.
well, no, that's
Yeah.
like 7
It's-
copper
it-
and then an eighth of a copper.
It's 7 copper, and then whoever does the math, it's the extra one. That's the way it usually gets done.
Or we lost it in the count.
You could flip it into that little pond and make a wish.
It's just a copper. It's not exactly going. To
This is basically the entire story for Swordfish, wasn't it? Like the lost one, like half of 1 cent
essentially.
during banking
Yeah.
transactions.
Office
people-
space also.
Office Space.
The people don't give a shit to track.
Yeah, that was Office Space.
Yeah, that was both
You have
movies,
just added
actually.
to his $1 billion, Gratz. He's like, why is there just random 1 gold piece appearing in my transactions? RPG players are the cause. Yeah, he looks at his screen and he has this one screen that says in dollars, the other one's in gold pieces. What?
Does somebody have a copy of Juan, or should I just cut him and bring him over?
I think he's over there on the left side.
I've got a new copy of him.
I guess put him by me.
He
I'm
leveled.
back behind you guys always.
Does somebody have
Ooh.
the magic item companion open and can tell me what
Yep.
slot the dispelling cord goes in?
Dispelling cord, I believe that
I
is
do
a
have it
belt.
open.
Yeah, I think that's a belt.
Dispelling cord, body slot, torso.
Oh, so it must be like
Weird.
a bandolier thing.
That's pretty disturbing,
so.
actually.
Be hung up.
It's a little
It's like
bikini.
It's like a
Well,
bit,
I
Peter
have
Pan.
the
thing.
scholar's outfit goes in body, so it's just forward over top, I guess. Or underneath if you're wearing armor, whichever way you want to mount that, I guess.
Gonna roll for hit points now.
Hey, you got Max as well. Congrats.
I think most of us have been rolling really well on health. Like I know I've gotten max or near max on all but one roll.
This is the first time I've come close to max.
You know, you do get a +3 on that. For Aetham.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Huan gets another 11 plus whatever his con bonus is.
Poor dog. Didn't he get down to
11's pretty
2
good.
last time?
What was that?
Yeah, he was low.
He was down to 1. But that's 11 plus he got the feat improved toughness.
Alright, so I think all rolls have been taken care of, right? Who won the belt?
Ice.
Yeah, I want it.
And Foster won the cape, right? So now we have a centaur that can turn into a snake.
Yes.
It means we have
to
a
your-
centaur that can actually cross bridges.
He turns into a snake to cross bridges.
I turn
That's
into a
great.
snake with a small creature, wrap around somebody, and they walk across the bridge. There we go.
That's how you get into inns too.
Only for 7 rounds. So-
Yeah, but then once you blow back up, you're already in the room, so you don't have to worry about the door. It's just suddenly there's this horseman standing next to the table.
I think it's 3. I have to go look, but
An item that's wanted purely for out of combat reasons.
oh, keep it viper.
It was 3.
Oh, what's his AC as a Viper?
Bad.
Probably
And
drops.
it's not even worth considering for the most part.
Okay.
It's for out of combat stuff, okay? And all of a sudden I go in and oh my god, a snake! Kill it! Oh god.
Well, as a large
Yeah.
viper, it might be okay, but as a small one, no.
Does it have dark vision?
It has whatever a viper has.
Infravision?
I don't
Yes.
think
I
it
think.
does.
He has like tongue vision. Like he
Nice.
just basically sticks his
So you
tongue
can
out
sneak
and
up on
smells the
stuff. So if you guys would have used that list last time, you could have sneaked into the camp, in 42 seconds, and then poof, become a yourself right in the middle of them. And
I
got them
basically,
flat-footed.
what I understand, I have these stats. I'm a small viper. Has scent.
Hmm.
Can it become a large viper? I think it's only small,
Small,
and
medium, or
then-
large. Your
Oh,
choice.
is it large? Oh, look at that.
Not that you'd probably be needing to use large, but
Funny, I wanted it to become small, and Atham wanted it to become large.
No.
so technically,
I wanted it so I had
wouldn't
some
be
shape
quite
change in the
those
building.
stats because you would gain its stats, but for example, you would keep your HP roll. Like your HP rolls would be the same, but it would be modified by the new con instead of your old con.
I lose
So-
20 hit points.
Yeah. So you, in essence, die if you take some damage right now.
Yeah, it could do that, but it's more than the 13 that the default large viper has.
But after 7 rounds, you'd come back to life as a centaur.
Yeah, and gain the con back.
I think you can end it voluntarily too, but
Interesting.
usually such
It is-
items you can involuntarily.
It is a surprisingly flexible item. And it gains, actually, it's a charge-based item, I think. It gets 5 charges every day. It takes and 1 for small viper, 3 for medium viper, or all 5 for large viper, I believe.
Let me go look. Where is it? It's in the Magic Item Compendium, right?
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
charge-based items are.
I thought it was 3 charges.
It might
One,
be
one for the small, 2 for the medium, all 3 for the big.
almost the same difference, really, but
It's a bit difference.
yeah, it's a little bit worse with 3.
It is yep, 3 charges per day, 1 for small, 2 for medium, 3 for large. Transforms you into a viper for 7 rounds. Replace all normal statistics with special those of a special typical viper appropriate size. Except for your alignment, your hit points, and your hit dice. And your ability to understand but not speak the languages you would normally
Yeah,
understand.
that's what I was saying. Your hit points wouldn't change, you just modify it by the new con. Probably none, so it would just be straight whatever your dice roll was.
Anyway,
Regardless, you probably don't want to be using it in combat if you can avoid it.
no, that's not what I wanted it for.
Well, I'm all updated. How about everybody else?
Good.
Yep. I'll have to go look up the weight on those items. I don't think anything is incredibly heavy, but I don't know how heavy those gauntlets are.
Well, normal D&D gauntlets.
I would go
Assuming
with that. Like
Their normal
gauntlet.
gauntlets are
Which
1 pound.
what gauntlets?
The Hellcat gauntlets. I don't know how heavy they are offhand. As long as the total of what I gain doesn't go over 4 pounds, which it might, it could be an issue. I'll have to go look it up.
Okay,
yeah.
gauntlets. Weight 0.
Oh, okay.
That's very fortunate. Like I had gauntlets that weighed 4 pounds. Yeah, like I guess they're silk.
No, they're holographic. So like you equip them and they just go and materialize around your hand.
Okay. What was the initiative of the door slaves, by the way?
I haven't rolled them yet.
Oh, as a side note though, does
Somebody
anyone
can
actually
roll
have
if you
single
want.
target spells left for today?
I might.
If you do, I will lend them to you for today because I have no such spells that I can actually use them on today.
I have
that are-
one.
I have none that are left. Let's put it that
I
way.
have one that I'm planning on. I've been saving. It'd be really helpful, actually.
But you're welcome to have them for today then, because I don't have any spells left that I can actually use them on. So
Okay, I'll just have it for today. Are you familiar with the spell Healing
Then they would
Sting?
be. Sorry.
yeah, that does damage, and I wonder if that stacks that way. Does it give you extra healing that way, or
It might. It might. I'll have to look it up.
All right, so we good to start, I guess.
Yep. Just finishing up. All right, so you guys got
okay. Everybody has
Although-
updated their tokens or the new HP totals.
Oh, thanks for the reminder. That's the only thing.
Did we roll initiative last time, or are we just rolling it again now?
I think you guys rolled last time.
I don't know if we updated the thing on the right side though.
Well, I just rolled mine because I wasn't there last time.
Yeah, it's probably better to just roll it now. Battle hasn't actually started yet per se, anyways. So
I think somebody else rolled initiative earlier. Maybe I'm wrong.
Alton's initiative is going to be bad regardless. So.
Wow. Arthur's on the ball today.
Aha! Mine is exactly the same as what it was on the right, anyways.
did somebody do the dwarfs, or
Yeah,
Yeah,
5.
5.
Assuming they don't have any plus, but
you can roll 3 of them. We're just gonna, being that they're few, we're just gonna treat them as individuals.
2 5s into 17.
Since the other cowards fled.
The what?
Since the other cowards fled, we don't have so many to deal with, so we'll roll them individually.
By the way, can I do the role playing that I would have done for me missing the session?
Well, if you're just showing back up now, you probably should wait.
Well, no, for when I was gone.
Oh, so the role playing with whenever we're not around, because
Yeah, exactly.
if you're just showing back up now, we're about to engage in combat. It's not
Yeah, I
exactly.
No, not role playing with you. Role playing with what my character did.
Sure.
Okay, well, I would have gone out there with that cowardly dwarf, caught up to him, and said, spread the word that we will clear out this goblin cave and destroy all of their evil ways. And then I would have really quickly coming back for any things that could help us heal, just for a couple minutes. And then I would have head back down. Of course, I would have seen just a minute ago or so, probably less than that, 6 others or 5 others, however many. I think it was 6. Dwarfs go running by, and would have told them to find their friends and spread the word of us clearing out this cave. That's pretty much what I would have been doing the time I was gone.
All right. You talk like a paladin. Spread the word.
Yes. From this time forth, we will be known as the great epic goblin killers.
Well, as you know, on the way
If
in,
we
you're
die,
going to
you
see
will
about
not see
6
us
more run
again.
past you.
What was that, Cloud?
You're going to see about 6 more dwarves encounter on the way
Yeah,
back in.
that's what I said. I said, so I just saw 6 more running past, and I call out the same thing to them as they're running away.
Yeah, also, just so you know, this cave's a lot bigger than we thought, so we probably won't be clearing it.
No, they don't have to know that for sure. Once we free most of their kin, then they will know. The 6 more running by kind of bolstered my claim to the first one.
All right. So,
Did I find anything?
in the
Starting
camp?
equipped with lance and
Yeah.
shield. Just noting.
No, you guys already searched the camp.
Oh, okay. We did it hastily though, so I was just
We showed up at this grate. I looked down, saw gnomes, and you said roll initiative.
yes.
That's where we ended.
Now,
I know.
I said roll initiative, but that does not mean that you guys are in combat right now. Just means I'm slowing down time so that we're not running all over the place, and I have to keep track of everybody's movements. So, all right. So that just means you're close to danger, but haven't really triggered anything yet. So, yeah, gnomes.
Ah! There are gnomes in this one.
Oh, now we've triggered it.
Now wait, Arthur screamed out the other day, "Come and fight us" or something like that.
Yeah, but
Was at position 73 over here.
yeah, but I also mentioned that strangely nobody, you didn't
Oh yeah, I do
realize any other kind of additional disturbance. It's very noisy to the west, and so you haven't really noticed any kind of difference in their behavior and stuff like that. So you can assume that the noise that they're making is masking the noise that you guys are making.
Oh, so we actually hear them mining? That was something we hadn't been told before.
No, they're not mining. They're just yakking and stuff like that. And
Rambunctiously carousing.
It's a goblin party.
So there are many drunk goblins to the west.
Many drunk goblins, probably otherwise engaged in coitus, perhaps. But
with the gnomes. No.
This
right.
is where my brain says, alcohol is flammable.
So you look Arthur looks down into the grate and sees gnomes. It being plural, but it being only 2. There's 2 male gnomes that are down below. There's a grate over the top. It's padlocked. They seem to... they can't really see you very well, being that you don't have any light source on you, and they have low light vision, and it's pitch dark. But Arthur can see that they're looking up at him sort of blindly, knowing that there's some kind of noise right above them, and it doesn't sound like the typical hobgoblin, bugbear, whatever else that's in this cave, that the gear that they wear that's clanging and stuff like that. So noise-wise, they know that it's somebody that's not of this place.
Old friend gnomes, I shall free you from this place, and then I enter hoof strike padlock with mountain hammer.
All right.
Clank.
Anybody? What is everybody else doing? We got dwarfs that are
We're
in
in
the
initiative.
rear.
Yeah, we're on initiative, so we can't determine that yet.
Okay, that's true. But what else is everybody doing?
I would be picking the lock if we weren't on initiative.
I'd be going up there comforting's the wrong word for Ruth. Telling the gnomes who we are and to be quiet.
Padlock takes 23 damage.
All right. Padlock breaks off. Now, as the picture shows, it is a metal grate, and there are rocks on the floor and everything. So you may make a lot of noise hauling this on the rocks and stuff.
Is it? It's not a hinged door like it shows.
Well, it
it's
is-
just a grate.
It is hinged too, yeah. Unless you want to. The last one you bashed open, but what do you want to do?
I smashed the lock. I assume I only have a move action left, so I motion toward the party to come this way.
All right, Yoshiro.
I have removed the lock, Yoshiro.
I run, and since that is all of my movement, I am apparently
It was
done.
a flimsy metal construction.
Like, are we holding like strictly to like movement and stuff for initiative? Because if that's the case, like, I mean, that's all I can do. This is just a weird way of doing out of combat
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, you're just moving there.
All right, well, that's my turn then.
Back to not being able to see when I move the dwarves. Okay.
Zook's turn.
Okay, that's running for me. Then I guess I'm done.
All right. Ruth. So just to remind you guys, where you are, it's basically an open area other than a cell pit in the ground. So there isn't anything to hide around where you are.
Does Ruth recognize any of the gnomes inside?
Yeah, she recognizes two of them from the village. I'm not going to pick names, but she recognizes the two gnomes.
Found. Gnomes.
And now I need a...
Well, it's Recluse's turn, because that's it for me. It's all the moves I can do.
Okay, how much do I hear when Juan goes running off from me? I guess. Do I hear the clanging of the metal lock getting smashed? Do I need to do a listen check?
You can do a listen check. It's going to be a little difficult, being distance and stuff.
Pretty gremlin-like gnomes we found.
Yeah, I couldn't. It's again, you don't find like
Gnome art, it's hard.
yeah.
Well, he wants disgruntled gnome art. They're usually happy and cheery.
They would be happy in the situation. Well, they would be now, I guess.
So 23 listen.
I'll say that you can hear Arthur doing some stuff, the bashing and stuff like that, but it's incredibly hard because of the amount of noise that the stuff to the west is doing.
I have broken the lock, friend. Was very shoddily constructed.
Okay, I will move up to there then, because I saw these dwarfs. I saw one go running off, and I will quickly ask, what's going on, without too much embellishment, of course.
Dwarfs say, where did you come from?
Were these the ones that I was there when we freed them first, or these later ones?
Actually, I think, 3 and 4 I think are from the original batch, but the other one isn't. So yeah, he recognizes you. Says that the rest of the party has run up ahead. I think they found one of the cells up there.
Oh, that's good. And that is my turn.
I have moved said dwarves.
Gnome turn.
All right. So, what do we decide this? Bibulus?
Bilbus.
Bilbus.
And Dwarn is Sully. Dwarn Sully.
Dwarn and Sully. Haven't you ever heard of Dwarn and Sully?
Not yet.
You have now.
So Bilbus says, Ruth, what are you doing here?
I said, shh.
You guys need to be careful. There's 3 camps of hobgoblins, goblins, and bugbears just to the west of here. There's
That's good to know.
Says, I think they're having a party with all of the noise and the clanking and everything that we've been hearing. Says that
Mayhap we shall make ourselves thy uninvited guest then.
Arthur, I think we should concern ourselves more with the safety of the prisoners than simply barging in.
Arthur looks disappointed but agrees.
So the gnomes say that they're guessing that you came from the east because that's the only stairs that go up. But there are a pair of stairs that go down just to the north. That passageway just to the north of you. There's some stairs that go down. But there are two other prison cells to the west.
Tell me, do you know how many more of you down here there are? It would be a shame if we got to these prison cells only to find that they were not there, and we had no idea how many we were looking for.
They say that unfortunately, a lot of the gnomes are no longer with us. There is another cell that has the gnomes to the west, but all of the other cells that are in this cave have dwarves in them. If he suggests that we back off of this, we move to the west, or move to the east to get away from the camp, so they can talk to you a little bit more about what you want to do next.
Yes, we are kind of out in the open here.
Okay, let's do it.
I myself am concerned about the noise the gate will make.
I think we already made that.
Are they out of
Oh,
the gate
what?
now?
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well then,
I thought-
Visitors.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we were talking to him at like the bottom of the ditch or something.
No.
You
You guys have done that. You guys have opened the gate. You guys have, I'm guessing, thrown the rope down to get them out.
Yeah.
All right. So they're back on the surface, and you guys can move to another location. If it's to the east, you guys can move freely out of initiative. If you guys decide to move elsewhere, we're going to need to keep initiative.
Mayhap around the corner.
Yeah, I
East
would,
is
I would
good.
start ushering the gnomes back the way we came, where we know it's relatively safer.
Oh, hello.
So
Hello?
Just
Good
met
timing.
Recluse again.
Bad dog.
Mayhap
Nice.
you might want to be a little bit quiet, as there are a large number of enemies to our west.
Ah, I see you have gnomes though.
I think we should get them further south. Like, I think the dwarves themselves are probably in a fairly open position. Like, around this corner would probably be safest.
First up, I must rebuild the dwarf patrol squadron. Dwarf patrol squadron.
Engaged.
Form of a dwarven shield.
All right. So, the gnomes have information about the rest of the cave. What would you like to know first?
They already told us
I
the
gestured to
location
Ruth.
of the other cages, right?
Yeah, where the other cages are would be first.
Like, they already mentioned those, right?
Yeah.
Can you... What did they say again? It was to the west and the southwest?
They said more to the west, and then there was another down area to the north. Another downstair.
Why don't y'all repeat that for those of us that weren't right next to you when you told us where everything was?
I repeat that.
No, I'm saying to the gnomes. Why don't they? What else did they wish to tell us since they wanted to talk to us further away?
Sorry, I had to. There was a noise. All right. Let me reveal stuff. Now, if I get rid of the fog of war, you guys still can't see it, right? So
Until
I have
we
to
move.
put something there to have sight.
Where's that rock?
Well, what you could do is you could remove the vision blocking layers on everything between us and where you want us to see. When we move, it would appear. But
No.
just saying. Or if you remove a blocking layer from, say, a box somewhere, you'd have to drop something with sight into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that. Let's see. Where's your rock?
On McLeod, I think. It was. Yeah, it's right there. Here. Just make Alton's light rock too.
Yeah, just copy it. There you go.
Just don't drag it through a wall. Because then if you drop it, it'll appear.
So I asked Ruth if she's going to introduce her friends to me.
Okay.
Sure. You can. They're both two male gnomes, but you can elaborate how you want.
Alright, Atham, time to have a conversation or with yourself.
Sorry, you sent me into a coughing fit.
Really?
This is Bilbus and Dorn and Sully. Bilbus was a mushroom farmer on the far side of the village, and Dorn and Sully is one of our leather workers.
Hi. What have you been doing with the goblins down here? The Doran, Sully, and Bilbus.
I think it was slave labor, Recluse said.
Yeah, they're
You know what happened to the others?
the other gnomes are on this level in one of the cages that are to the west.
But you said there were only dwarves in the cage to the west.
There's one more cage of gnomes to the west. The rest are dwarfs.
Oh.
In the entire
If you mentioned
cage.
it, I must have missed it. I thought you did.
How many cages total? Do you know?
He says there's about maybe 10.
Oh, okay, well then I'm gonna ask 10 cages. Yeah. Oh fuck.
And how many of those are to the west?
There's 3. Well, there's 2 other cages to the west.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
think that 10 included the ones we've already been to.
That still
I would
doesn't
think
account
so.
for like 6 of them. I ask, are the prisoners spread across other levels, or this prison or this cave is massive? It has so far eluded us how to navigate it.
Says, yeah, there's cages that are on the floor above and the floor below us.
Okay, so that was 2 This is a third, so there's 7 left after that. Okay, so I asked them, do you care to draw on the floor where these other cages might be located? And also where the goblins might be located as well, and their approximate number.
There's something in the teens to the west. There's one tent. The closest tent they know has hobgoblins. There's also a tent slightly to the west. Are you guys able to see?
Yeah, I've scrolled out, and I can see this thing. I'll point out what I can see. Those 5 items I can see.
There's some kind of tent-looking thing to the north. But
I believe that's stairs.
Oh, there's another one. Yeah,
Yeah, up further northeast, looks like a grayish tent
bridge
too.
thing. Oh, way up there. Yeah, I see it now.
So they're still describing the map to us, or are we?
Yeah. Just revealing locations that they're telling you the camps are and the prisons are.
I would like to ask if there's ever. I say that I know they haven't been here long, but I would like to know if they've seen any indication that the goblins ever leave the cavern for any reason.
There's raid parties that go out all of the time, mostly snatching dwarves because they're the easiest to capture, being that the next door territory is dwarven, so they don't have to travel far. And they're excellent stone workers and everything for mining. But there's raid parties that go out all the time.
Do they perhaps have a leader of some kind, or do you know anything about them?
They heard this guy's name. You guys, sorry, if you guys remember, I wrote it down, but I've lost it. What the guy's name was, but the name that Alton recognized from his books.
I don't remember
whoa.
what the name was anymore.
So
I could just make something else.
make something
we-
else up. It's okay.
are we talking about the sorcerer guy?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I
So-
look fairly stunned by this news.
Yeah, they're basically being led by the sorcerer guy. Sorry, I'm having to multitask here. They're being led by the sorcerer guy. They're basically mining. They're finding mostly metals that they can make into weapons and stuff like that. They're not really sure exactly why, other than they've been making a lot and shipping it out to places. So they don't know if it's for profit or if they're making an army or what. But they're mostly mining that, but they did find valuable resources at the bottommost levels of the cave. They also found a lot of vermin and stuff like that that usually lives in caves and everything, which has slowed down the process of the mining of those valuable levels. They were trying to exterminate the vermin and everything, when you guys have arrived, but so far that level is still very dangerous to go down to.
Do they send the dwarves down there, or do they simply try to clear it themselves?
The gnomes are now looking rather sad because, one looks up and says, "There's a feeling that we have that the female gnomes have been taken down to the bottom levels."
Could you elaborate?
We have not seen any female gnomes after being segregated when we got to the camp. The female gnomes were led down to those levels. We know, but we haven't seen
Mayhap
them
as
since.
distractions for the beasts.
I don't understand why they would separate the males from the females in terms of distractions, though, Arthur. I think something else is.
If I
amiss
had
here.
a choice between a grisly-looking male and a tasty female, ... The female would be a better distraction. His eyes burn with anger at the thought of such a thing.
How do you want to approach this, my friends? On the one hand, it doesn't sound like anything could be living down there from the sound of these whatever creatures are infesting this lowest level, so perhaps we don't go down there, but on the other hand, we don't know that
There
they're
are
dead.
fates worse than death. ...
Does
I'll
your
go
character
there.
say ...
I won't go there, please. Thank you. I could go there, but I'm not going to.
Sorry, I'm still revealing.
It's fine. While you're doing that, we can have our party discussion.
Oh my gosh. Way the fuck over there?
What, things on the... Oh, yeah, that's,
Oh,
that's, the,
because
that's,
there's
that's the
another
other
level.
level. Yeah, that's the level we passed.
I see.
Yeah,
Was
the
that
one on the
level
far
one
left was
level
the upper
above?
level.
So it goes by first level is the one to the far left, second level is the next one to the right, and then we're on the third level down?
Yes.
Okay, just trying to remember.
And there are more levels below us.
At least one.
This is like, that Neverwinter Nights expansion where you just go deeper and deeper and deeper.
Does anyone have any ideas as to how they want to go about this? I don't know that we can clear this entire cave system, but we certainly don't want to leave anyone here. Perhaps we could lure them out of the cave somehow. I am at a loss. I've never dealt with goblins before.
We could try to intimidate them.
Be a vast number of goblins.
Find their
here.
leader
I
and
would
crush
doubt
it,
they all
and
leave
they
it at
shall
once.
flee.
Is the sorcerer actually here? I asked the gnomes.
Dragon seemed
They haven't
Use
seen
away.
him. They know that there's been communication, but they haven't seen him at all.
He could present
But-
a problem.
But there's
But-
no goblin leader that they
They
know
say that,
of?
but there is a local leader. Has to be. Otherwise, there wouldn't be this many goblins in close coordination.
They've been talking to just several of what they're calling like lieutenants, but there doesn't seem to be a one leader. They just communicate to the sorcerer. What are we going? We're calling him Sauron. Okay, Sauron.
No, don't do that, please. That sets a
was
really
just-
bad precedent for the campaign.
Have Alton pick or McLeod.
God, you're not gonna get one out of me like instantly.
Is there a random NPC generator thing?
Marcus the Black.
Marcus, really?
Not a very wizardy name.
No.
But spell it weird, like with a QU.
Marquise the Black.
No, in Spanish. No. God, just keep rolling. I'll think of one. Okay. I'll come up with a decent name, but it will take me some time to do it.
If there was one goblin leader here in charge of the camp, then perhaps we could somehow pressure him into forcing the gnomes and the dwarves free, or at least getting the goblins out. But since there appears not to be, I'm not sure how we deal with this.
Alright, Arthur has killed extensive goblins in his raids and whatnot, and I'm picking up on your mic.
Yeah, I'm clearing some.
Sorry,
stuff.
I find it distracting when I'm trying to talk. But so he would repeat that: cut off the head, and the goblins will flee in disorder. So find a lieutenant, capture or kill him. Capture to get more information, or kill to demoralize goblins. Kill it. He emphasizes kill in the most heinously grotesque death possible for abuse of women. But
There may be something to what you say here, Arthur. Perhaps we could scare them out of the caves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
We have several people who, I believe, are fluent with illusions and various magical effects. Perhaps we could do something with that, or if not, we could do something a little bit more conventional. It is a cave, after all, and caves are very dangerous. We could make them believe there is a cave in, or try to smoke them out, or perhaps we could do something with the fiends living on the lowest floor, make them believe that they are rampaging.
Well, we'd have to go to see what's on the lowest floor, which we should do anyway.
Alright. There's probably stuff I missed, but that's pretty much it.
So should we investigate this lower floor before we go about freeing the rest of the goblins, or the rest of the gnomes from the goblins?
Well, they mentioned that there used to be some cells down below, but they don't know exactly where those are anymore. They know where the stairs are, but they don't know where the cells are, if there are any. Most of the mining work the dwarfs have done down below. This level has been pretty much obliterated, being mostly used as a base camp for the floors below. You might have a better chance asking the dwarfs about the below levels.
So Ruth turns on the dwarves and say, "Okay, spill it."
Did we ask them about the below levels before and they didn't know anything?
Well, the dwarfs that you have in their party right now, actually, I think the one new one you guys freed from the cell.
Yeah, the higher number one.
Yeah.
22.
he's him and the dwarf party that you have right now have basically been mining the east tunnels that are on this level. They don't have any experience on the levels below. But they're
So to get info on the level below, we need people from the level below, or possibly from the cages on this level.
yes, at least somebody else that might have any knowledge.
The one concern with continuing freeing the captives up here is we will quickly develop quite a large number of hangers on, and it will probably be harder to keep them safe the more times we get into battle.
Perhaps cache them on a tent on the upper floor. Leave the doors for guards.
Let them fight for their own damn freedom. Build an army, I say.
I agree. Strength in numbers.
That is your wish. They are your
Is there
family /
is there
compatriots.
perhaps an armory here? You said they were making weapons. Is there some place to access these so you could arm yourselves?
The doors are armed.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just gonna say that you guys have stuff, just normal weapons lying around from all of the guys that you've killed. So you can give some weapons to what? I'm just gonna say short swords to the two gnomes.
then I suppose we press on then? Is that what we're...
It sounds that way. Find the lieutenant. Brutally slaughter / interrogate him in the most heinous way possible. I mean, unless you have a better plan.
Oh no, I'm quite familiar with this area of expertise, my friend.
So, west for a really big slaughtering encounter, or north and go down a level, see what's there.
I asked him if there was any lieutenants in the camp to the west.
Yes, there are lieutenants to the west. The
So we wait for one of them to
There-
go take a piss.
There are, yeah, there's one hobgoblin and there are two goblin lieutenants to the west.
And do you have any clue how many other hangers on there are?
So, you guys see my indicator?
If we zoom out, probably. Yes. Yes.
So, this is the goblin camp. This is the bugbear camp. This is the hobgoblin camp.
Have they told us anything about how they're structured hierarchically? I don't even know how to say that word, but like is it literally just who's biggest, or is there something else?
Yeah, it's who's biggest basically. It's the biggest person. It's like the alpha dog kind of scenario.
Well, we would obviously have an easier time interrogating a lowly goblin. Although I think back to the time where I was thinking that I would be able to sneak attack it, and that didn't work out, so maybe not.
Yeah.
But the bugbear, on the other hand, whoever leads the bugbear camp is probably quite resilient.
There
Probably
are
better informed.
there are no bugbear lieutenants though.
Oh, they just kind of mill about and they don't have any leader at all.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, because they're a certain race doesn't mean that they don't boss around another. But there is one hobgoblin lieutenant, and there are two goblin lieutenants to the west of you.
Well, we could sneak
Well,
into
the hobgoblin race is physically larger than goblins, probably more intimidating. Might be a better choice.
They mentioned that the pathway, if you guys want to pursue going west, the pathway up here, if you guys see that, actually goes around the goblin camp. The whoop.
Cam's phone has rung.
Sorry,
Now we wait.
my wife's not answering the phone for some reason. So yeah, the pathway to the north of the camp.
Well, we could take this northern route and see if we could get the entire party out there, or maybe we could try to nab one. What do you think?
Yeah, the bugbear camp. You're going to basically be walking through the middle of the 3 camps to get to that camp.
Alrighty. I have an idea that I'll share with the party and let it float out there. My idea is to pretty much intimidate the hell out of them by doing up Arthur with a bunch of goblin and hobgoblin and bugbear heads on his 10-foot pole, all strapped up. We can enlarge him.
On my lance.
And we can have another head, and we can have Icebone's character Razook call out in Goblin, "Oh my God, he's killed all of us!" And we can throw in more heads, and we can have
This will go one of 2 ways.
Arthur screaming
Either
out,
I'll be fighting
"Surrender
every
to me
goblin
now."
in the camp, or they will all flee.
Yes, well, that's that.
Arthur
well, I mean,
agrees
we
in both
do it-
situations, so
We do it camp by camp, obviously, but we come to the first camp and pretty much threaten them to surrender and go with their lives, or they will be killed by us. So we can try intimidating them, because chances are we have to get through them anyways to get to the different jail cells. So that's my suggestion. However, going north to go downstairs to check that out first, or doing the intimidation thing, I'm open to either one doing first. But that would be my plan.
I suppose we could always fall back on the use Arthur as the avatar of terror plan if the sneak into the camp plan fails.
The problem with sneaking in the camp is not too many of us can do that.
I believe that we have a solution to that, and I kind of looked to. I think it was the wizard that had mentioned that he could make us quiet for a couple minutes.
No, that's Ruth.
Oh, Ruth.
And do we know the exact placements of, because being quiet and being invisible are 2 different things. Because if we don't know where they are located and they see us first, that is completely foiled.
Well, they told us that this northern path would lead us back behind in close proximity to their camp,
well,
like behind
if they
their
happen
tents,
to be
hopefully.
looking out a window, it's not going to help us.
Well, they don't have windows in their tents. Like,
No, there's flaps.
I think they
They're
said that was to
outside
the.
of their tent.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Taking
like,
a piss or
normally
something.
the camps are kind of focused around like a central area, and I think from what they were saying that was more of the back area to where we might actually be able to get back there, and that was more like towards against the wall.
Alrighty.
I mean, I don't see any harm in trying it.
Yeah. Problem is that the intimidating thing would take a little bit of prepping with getting the heads ready, and probably I like the idea of enlarging Arthur if we have that capability. And we would probably we'd decrease our chances of sneaking if we make him even bigger than what he already is.
That can be done at a moment's notice, if I am correct, and we do have plenty of heads lying around.
So we travel with the plan as backup and like behind us, dragging it behind, dragging this pole of heads. Like,
I shrug. Like
I probably
that
have a few
sounds fine to
bodies
me.
still stuck on my lance, but
oh, do we know? We don't have enlarge, so never mind.
never mind.
I thought we did.
I have enlarged the spell, but not prepared today.
Aha.
I believe there is one last option that I have been hesitant to make available to you, but I think I owe it to the group. If I could sneak into the camp, I have ways of making a very large distraction. I take out a small stone from my pack, as well as some pellets and like a couple sticks that look kind of odd. I could set these off on the far end of the camp, provided, of course, this is the sticking point, that I could actually sneak past them. And I may be able to get them into such a disarray that you could just outright attack. I'm not sure how this would fit in with the other plans, but it's something I wanted to bring up. I could definitely at least draw their attention elsewhere.
What we heard, they're probably already party. I'm not sure distracting them further would help all that much since they're already carousing among themselves.
What about distracting them to the north to go down to the next level? They could have all that noise and Zook call out in Goblin, oh my god, intruders downstairs to the north. Have them go running by, and then we can sneak past to the west.
That is actually a potential plan. This thing is very, very loud. It would definitely get their attention.
That's a good idea. Go set up your Metallica concert is what I vote for.
Again, the only problem is getting myself and now Ruth into position to do this.
Ruth or Zook?
Or Zook.
Zook,
Whoever can speak Goblin.
I think it's Zook.
Yes, distract the camp and I shall impale them / capture one.
I don't mind this plan, except I'd like to check out the north before we send the whole tribe that way.
Yeah, that is, yes, definitely kind of
Okay.
incumbent upon
If
us.
it is of any help, I can switch any two people, as long as they're within 160 feet today.
What do you mean, switch? The ninja looks at you somewhat.
I have a spell of transposition prepared for today. Within 160 feet, I can switch any two willing people. Switch the location.
9 transposition from his previous campaign. But yeah.
Perhaps we could do something with this.
If it was so desired, whoever was best at sneaking could perhaps carry Teto, and the second person would not need to sneak.
That's a good way to suddenly get an angry centaur appearing in a tent in the middle of a camp.
I do require a maximum of 160 feet and line of sight, though.
So you stick Teto out a tent flap. There's a
Well, I guess we
there.
need to make a decision. What does the party want to do? This is definitely an elaborate plan in any of the iterations that we have come up with. I think we probably need a unanimous decision here, since this will be so complicated.
Yes, I vote for checking north
We should
really
check
quickly.
the north quickly to see if there's any other cages before we go farther into these camps. I would hate to send angry goblins into more gnomes. Though they probably already know they are there if that is the case.
North it is then.
North we go then. Arthur considers handing a gnome one of his weapon, but it would be much too big for said gnomes. So he decides not to. Small gnome wielding large weapon. Yeah, not gonna work. This is a full blade for a gnome.
If we were to set off a distraction, where would the main party hide? Like where we are now?
Yeah, probably down here.
I think it
over
would.
at this corner. Let
I think it
run
would be
past
best
to the north.
then if only a couple of us most adept at remaining undetected went to search the north, and instead of the entire band. Probably higher risk of detection. I kind of glance over at the hooves.
Yeah,
So,
but if there's vermin and we,
So-
have something attack us, we're gonna need
If-
the big guy.
I'm
to
gonna
help
be about 10 minutes. So if you guys want to take a small break, sorry,
Okay.
I'm getting I got a recliner and the guy's delivering it right now. So
us. Ooh.
Okay.
So, yeah, we can take a break, I guess. But
Or we could hammer the rest of this out
yeah,
before he
let's
gets
hammer this out
back.
and then we can take a break. So, start timer. I got 5:03.
I was thinking like myself and probably Zook would sneak up that way, see what we see, and
The problem is though, is if you get in there and something attacks you guys, then you're screwed.
we can flee.
You guys both got those sandals and fast-moving things.
Have you not seen me disappear into thin air, my friend?
That's true. Yeah, it works.
At least
Okay, so
I
if
could
you
do
got
it.
the sprinting sandals or the boots of get the hell out of there. Maybe you could have those loaned to him. The hell were those things called?
Boots of desperation.
Oh,
There
I
you
do.
go.
I do have something else that would probably come in handy in these confined quarters, and I take out a bag of caltrops. This will probably come in handy if they're chasing us. If we get detected, or if we want to lure the goblins into them. I'm not sure.
Should it be needed today? We all need to move quickly at some point. I can make 6 of us run much faster for. So I guess that's 30 seconds, 36 seconds.
6 rounds, yeah.
It's so
Haste is probably the best buff ever.
So theoretically, and this is out of game, Zook and I go up there, scout it out to see if there's anything around those stairs. If there's not, we basically report that back to the party, and then we head back up there and set off this distraction. Zook yells something about, there are invaders down in the downstairs or something, and I'm not sure. We would have to hide and let them pass us. That could be risky. And while they're going off to check the north, then the main, the party moves in to the camp to deal with whatever stragglers there are and free whatever prisoners we find. Is this sounding like what everyone was thinking of?
Yeah. Yeah, I figure you let off your fireworks show, and then after that's done, then Zook can use his ghost voice to say that there's intruders to the north downstairs.
Oh yeah, that's right. He can throw that, can he?
Yeah.
Oh,
How
so we
far?
wouldn't.
If
We
you
wouldn't-
want, you can take some heads with you, goblin heads, and kind of strew them along the path, kind of showing that there were, they were getting killed over there.
My
And if
main
he
con-
coaches me on what to say, I can do it too.
my main concern would be getting trapped in that tunnel after setting off the distraction. and not being able to get out while they're rushing towards us.
Well, if you hide right around this corner,
No,
Right
you don't
here.
want to do that.
why not? You think they're going to come out that way? I'd have to see how it's set up. So when you guys
To
go
me-
to the north, yeah,
To me, it
Yeah,
looks like
that's-
this is probably the only
that
path.
could. Now there might be one around to the east too.
Right here is the Hobgoblin camp. That's
Yeah.
their tent.
Yeah.
They'll be coming right down that way. Some of them might.
No, we're talking about setting off the distraction up here. So shortest route would be
How far can you throw your voice?
that way.
How far can Zook throw his voice? Do you know offhand or?
He might be AFK.
I'll look it up.
I'm looking it up.
Oh, sorry.
Hopefully, it's about 130 feet.
What, 25 feet plus 5 feet for every 2 levels?
Oh boy.
Shit. Okay, well,
Well, you did say, I don't know.
you could go down into the jail cell.
I had thought about that too, but if they decide to look in there as they're going and see that there are no gnomes in there but us, at least one of us would be trapped in there. No jail cell can hold me, but
Zook is a gnome, and you can kind of disguise yourself, kind of hunker down, kind of behind him to look like another gnome behind him.
yeah, I think
And
Ice.
he can cast invisibility too. That helps.
Yeah, I think with that, Ice and I are probably the best suited for going up there because I can
Yeah.
invis
So you
for
set up
3
your
rounds.
explosions. Is it got a timer, or you got to be there to set it
I
off?
gotta throw it. I
Uh,
think.
Shoot. Well, they're probably not going to start moving until after. How long does the thing last? 20 seconds, 10 seconds, something like that.
Well, it's not like a continuous noise. It's basically think of a flashbang.
Oh, so it's one big loud boom.
Yeah.
Okay, so you throw it, it does your boom, you start sprinting towards here or behind this rock where my character is now, which I was just gauging for distance. And then have Zook cast invisibility. But problem is if they look down in that cage and they don't see anything in there, then that's another red flag for them.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm back. Sorry about that. I was getting a recliner delivered today, and my wife was supposed to do it, but she, at the exact time they're delivering it, is busy. So.
Go figure. That wasn't planned at all.
Yeah. All right. Figure out a strategy or.
I think,
Pretty much.
well, sort of. I think we've got people who want everybody to move up there. Is that including the followers?
I think it only needs a 2 to check it out. They're just going to go down there and see that there's nothing right in the immediate vicinity. Because as soon as the hobgoblins get down there and they don't see, I mean, you could put a few heads down there of severed goblins just to kind of, Reese's Pieces them along the way. To think that, there is something down there they got to find.
I think we need more information, and I think Zook and I should just go and check it out, and we'll come back and we'll develop a plan from there. What say you?
That seems fine to me.
All right. Ethan, we're not going down the stairs.
Then what's the point?
We're seeing what's around the stairs.
What stairs are you in question?
The one to the north. Up here.
So this is walled off. You can't go west of this corridor right here. It does. I don't know if you guys see, but there is a camp up here. No cell, but there's a camp. If you guys are going up in this direction, this hallway just goes to some stairs and that's it.
That's what we were
And
thinking.
This one goes around the goblins, basically.
Oh, okay. All right, well, we didn't know that we were going to be able to know that, so I guess
Well,
that
yeah,
they're
I'm
just
just
telling
telling
us.
I'm just telling you what the gnomes know of the area.
Oh, so we don't even really need to scout that.
But it'd still be good to know what's on the lower level.
I think we've been through this. We initially wanted to go down to the lower level, but then someone said that we needed to get more information on the lower level, and so we were going to capture some goblins or free some prisoners, and now you're wanting to go to the lower level first.
So
Before that other plan that came up saying that we send goblins down to the lower level. That's what changed.
I don't see the problem.
We still have gnomes on the lower level, possibly.
We do know definitely that there are large creatures that kill these things down there, so I don't think sending them down there would harm gnomes if they're already down one level. But it could potentially harm these goblins.
No, what you'd be doing is giving up on anyone that's on a lower level. Because then we'd have to go through all those goblins and hobgoblins to get to them.
My take on it was to scout it, see if we could rescue anybody before we try to send everybody down there.
Exactly.
the thing about the lower level to you guys is you have no idea where anything is other than where the stairs end up. So you don't know if you're going to find anything down there or not. If you're going to want to go down to that level, you're going to be basically searching around in the cave blindly. If you talk to some more dwarves, they will possibly have better knowledge of what's down on the lower levels.
Hence the plan to, distract them and lure them out of the camp so we can free these prisoners. The other thing is if we go down to the lower level first, that will mean we are between two forces of enemies, not one. Whatever force is down below us, and then this group that we have not dealt with yet above, and that could be very, very bad.
You guys as a party need to decide on what your goal is. Obviously you guys are trying to free the gnomes and possibly all the dwarfs, but there are valuables down there in as far as minerals and stuff like that go, if that's in what you guys are craving. I know Hythos would if he was here, but if the only thing that you guys are wanting to do in these caves is to free the people and leave, then should probably get a good idea of where the cells are, and that way you can bypass the venturing into dead ends and stuff like that. possibly a lot of random encounters on the lower levels and stuff like that.
Right, so seeing that Ruth is hell bent on going down to the lower level, Yoshiro backs off of the plan that the party had been forming for the last bit.
Yeah, Atham also says that. Also reminded me of that the females were last seen in the lower levels too. So you either need to. I would think.
I don't think you need to be
suggest-
telling us this.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it's one thing for you to be giving us information, but I don't think you have to be giving us suggestions. That's
All right.
So we're gonna forego the distract the goblins plan and just go down to the lower level end to get the gnomes.
I think that is a bad idea. We would be between two forces of goblins. If we are to
there's
go
no
down to the
goblins
lower,
on the lower level.
or
There's
two
critters.
forces. Yeah.
We've been
Yeah,
between
but
forces this whole time.
yeah,
It's just whatever you run into.
it's by level. They wouldn't be able to hear us down there. So once we clear out what's down there and get the gnomes, we come back up and follow the same path out.
It was of my opinion that we're here for the gnomes. Though I would love to rescue them all, I think that isn't feasible.
What do we know? What's in this one cage just to the west southwest of the one we just got the gnomes out of? It was of dwarves.
They did say there were some gnomes in these cages on our level.
Well, then once we get done clearing out the bottom, we come up and do our distraction thing, and then sneak on in and get that last cage.
Very well.
Yeah.
Or is this a cage to the extreme south of that one? I'm going to point to it in a second. This one here?
Yeah, that's another cage.
That's a cage. Okay, so we would need to clear them out and clear both of those
I would
cages.
assume that that path goes there.
Probably. You don't think they extend and connect? Well, let's ask the gnomes. Do paths extend and connect around this? I'll give like a general.
I would,
arch
seeing
here.
as these are three of the camps, I would expect there a big thing there. It probably runs through.
Yeah, that where Elton is pointing is actually blocked by a wall.
There's
the
a wall
only-
somewhere in here.
No.
Oh. Okay, whatever.
So the three camps are not connected.
The three camps are connected. This is basically where the cell is. You see that cell right there?
yeah,
Yes.
where you're pointing.
Yeah, this is just a vacant area. It goes down into the second camp that's down here. This camp right here is only accessible by either coming through here or going down to the lower level, which would be accessed here, and then crossing over and then coming back up here to get to this camp,
Okay.
which
All right,
is
well,
a
so
lot
two
of
separate
roundabout
camps.
way.
Either way, I guess we start moving.
So we wouldn't be able to clear out both camps by a distraction. We'd only be able to clear out the one.
Well, probably get two of the three camps.
Yeah, the top two, in essence. The hobgoblin and the bugbear camp.
Goblin.
It sounds like we are decided.
Yeah, the southern one's the bugbear.
Though
Oh,
such
okay.
a distraction, I would not expect to hold them for very long.
Long enough for us to get that one.
Clear out the cages and keep
How
moving.
many bugbears are in the bugbear camp? I asked the gnomes.
The bugbear camp is the smallest. They think it's like 3 to 6.
Cool. We come up, slaughter them, and then we go and do the distraction. So, north to the bottom level, do the bottom level, come back up, do the southern bugbear camp, slaughter them all, and then do the distraction to draw them away and get that last cage.
Yes, that sounds like a plan.
Groovy.
So to the stairs, hopefully without alerting the camp in the process.
I'll head to the far east to get up and around there, hopefully.
Take our time. Do you want the gnomes as part of your shield, Foster?
I don't think that would be wise, but good. Alright, I guess I'll take them into my entourage.
I'm waiting for you guys to catch up.
You
I'm
guys
getting there.
did hear that he said that that was a dead end.
Up here to the north?
Yeah. Yeah.
East? Oh, so
My-
we gotta go around to the other way?
Yeah.
Game is lagging a bit here. Hold on.
Yeah, so is mine. Bunko's pointing at something.
Which way are we going? Left or right?
West.
There is no
it's
right.
left.
Okay, what light source do we have aside from my hooded thing?
We have my lenses of bright vision should we need them.
I'm
Okay.
carrying around a rock.
I'm going to just extinguish my lantern then and come around, but I'm going to leave a light source on myself. God damn it, I'm stuck in the wall again.
The game is not liking moving all these tokens at
Yeah.
once.
I'm lagging horribly.
I think the dwarf shield might be killing it.
I am really badly lagging.
Well, I will tell you what is causing the lag is all the complex lightings.
Complex VBLs caused a huge problem in my jungle maps. That's why we stopped using them. We're just using flat squares on everything.
Because it tries to calculate every corner.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yay, I finally got my character to move.
What you could do, Bunko, all these places that you have pillars, you could delete them at this point and it would probably increase performance. But
Yeah, it's a mess. So. Alright, you guys going in on the stairs?
Yes, but before we do, I am going to, kind of get to the front of the party and examine the stairs and look down and, try to perceive everything possible and, see if there's anything to be heard down there. So let me roll a listen check, I guess. Uh, 22. I am just holding at the very top of the stairs, trying to see if there's anything at all.
You don't hear anything. You do feel a lot more moisture coming up the stairway. Just smell hints of moisture and stuff like that.
Seems clear. Suggest we proceed with caution.
even if it is not clear, I shall deal with them.
And I guess we make our way down.
And poof, we teleport to the next level.
Alright, don't move your character.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Oh, the whole screen was black for a second.
Dealing with the lag.
Yeah, you put way too much on one map.
That's just saying, if you wanted a quick performance boost that would have minimal impact, you could delete all the VBLs from the in-between areas, so it's just one big square.
I think that
But-
maybe making use of the multiple levels on the select map might help. 'Cause
We
this has to
discovered
be
that too when we made ours. Anything that had any kind of sizable map, we had to break it into pieces.
this has to be
performance with the crab.
huge. Did you guys realize we passed room 73?
Yeah, I know.
That's really terrifying.
So why 73 connects to 44? I don't know, but
This has all of the lag of like Google Maps. Like I'm having to zoom out, find where we are, then zoom back in, and it slowly does it by stages.
The strange thing is it, I mean, it's I don't see why it's behaving a lot differently now versus.
Because once you start revealing stuff, it has to account for all those VBLs.
Even though we
from where
can't
we
see
are.
that area, it still has to manually check every vertex to see if it could go that way or not. It doesn't just stop. So the more vertexes you have in your VBLs, the more laggy it'll be.
Yeah, so I guess like even if we're 5 miles away on the
Yeah.
map, it's
Especially
checking stuff.
revealing places.
It's checking
because
all
what
the areas.
Yeah, because like
it
you're
still has
checking.
to check. Like, is there a possibility of line of sight on this corner?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's calculating all those line of sights on all those areas.
That's why after
you
the
revealed.
mission I did of the jungle, we started breaking all our maps up into lots of little pieces. You have to load each one individually when we switch them, but it doesn't have lag as much.
Also, what I would do, what I started doing is, even if the object was a circle, I made the VBL a square just because the square has less load than a circle. It doesn't do as precisely the corner, but it was good enough. Just some stuff I figured out when I was doing it.
Yeah, the actual square VBLs don't do nearly the same kind of lag inherently that the custom one does. I only use the custom VBL if I was intending to use like really small maps.
Right, so we're all here, I think. What is the scene around us?
All right. Let me just. Okay, so you guys have entered the 4th level of the cave. This area looks like it's been being mined currently. You see, again, mining equipment on the sides and stuff like that. But it also looks very, or sounds very vacant.
Are they still mining iron here? Or is it something different? Because I recall them saying that there was something valuable on the lower level as opposed to the upper.
Yeah, you see little hints of iron ore and stuff like that in the rocks that are around you and everything like that, but nothing like gold or other kinds of valuable metals.
Just nothing that would explain why they're digging down here so far.
Well, they're gathering stuff for weapons and armor and stuff like that creation with the iron and whatnot. So they're mining the stuff around you. It's just not the valuable stuff that you were told that the lower levels hold.
There's a second Zook, by the way, that is like a level lower.
And one has
Take the
more
higher
HP.
level one.
Kill the doppelganger.
He's my stunt double.
Alright, so shall we proceed to explore this area? If you would like, Ninja?
Our fortified tank can go first.
Or you want me to go first? Okay. That'll work too. I'm gonna
You
leave the
have-
dwarf shield behind.
Do you have light sources on, or are the dark vision people? Are they
I have
providing
dark
the
vision,
way.
so I don't know.
Unless we have like a specific agreement that we're just being led hand in hand by the people who can see in the dark, I'm gonna have my lenses of bright vision on, which basically act as flashlights.
I found that tiny vertexes like this one cause a lot of lag too, but just
Yeah.
just some notes.
Well, it's a lot easier to do a dungeon because you're dealing with squares, but when you're in a cave, everything's, circles.
Well,
and
let's
stuff
say when
like
you
that.
have something like this, just make a rectangle and just leave the corners exposed.
or even several smaller rectangles. It's just the complex shapes that it hates.
So what is the sound down here like? Is it very quiet as
You
opposed to
said
the upper
like,
level?
There's-
minimal.
Yeah, I mean, you can do a listen check if you want something a lot detailed, but
Well, I wasn't hoping for anything more than I got previously. Just like, are we going to stand out just by walking?
it is very quiet on this level versus.
As
Yeah,
we
that's
hear the echoing clip clop of the
Yeah.
car.
Yep, cyclip clops.
Yeah, that was what I was wondering. Like,
You're,
no sense in hiding.
Starting to get more whiffs of moisture, hearing droplets falling into pools.
Okay, well, we don't have any light source anybody mentioned, because I will relight my lantern then.
I'm still carrying around my light rock.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So I proceed slowly, looking intently at my path as I go.
The dwarfs and gnomes are at the stairway. Are you planning on keeping them there? Or
Well, I stopped pulling them because of the lag.
I say probably just move them in a big group every now and then. You don't have to continuously move them.
I'm just gonna say like they slowly follow behind the party with the dwarves and behind the gnomes. But
is this Zook up here the copy?
that's the copy Zook. Indicate someone look around that corner.
To the east?
Yeah,
That
because
has
it looks
night
like
vision.
there's a small thing there.
Do a listen check.
Arthur's listen was +2.
I'm not actually able to see down there, and I snapped back to grid.
I think it has to do with your limited vision.
That's the radius of the light is what's doing it.
Yeah, you don't have any light source.
I have a 20-foot.
Well,
That's-
that's longer than 20.
Here, 20 stops there. Arthur looks at this opening onto a river and thinks he will not step anywhere near it this time. There's another
Everybody
here.
do listen checks.
again, or
The people that didn't.
26. Natural 20.
Alright. Yoshiro hears some, sounds like wisps. Well, not wisps, the creature, but like a
Ring or like
talk
whistle.
on the air kind of sound.
Coming from where?
It's coming from the southwest west. So basically, well, to the west or the south of Arthur.
Alright, I quickly move back up to where the rest of the group are, and I'm gonna
Ditto.
hold them off. Say, Arthur, hold up a second.
Arthur looks back.
Do you hear that?
I hear nothing but my own footsteps.
whispers to the southwest. Did these sound like natural whispers to me, or was there anything off about it?
It just sounded like a ghostly kind of possible conversation.
Okay. Something is not right down here. I point in the direction where I heard the whispers. Say be very careful about where you step, and I would. What is like the depth of this pool? Is it like just right there? Is it a cliff or what?
It's shallow around the. It's deeper in the center than it is on the sides.
You may wish to be wary around the water.
Arthur nods warily because he has already been exploded once walking near water. Left wise. There you go. Couple steps further.
Oh look,
Still
more
lagging.
water.
And more water.
And we've been digitized.
What?
Everybody stop movement.
And then a drowned walks out of the water and we all die.
Oh yeah, God, that thing sucked. That thing was a bitch. I remember that.
Wait, it was like a CR like 11 creature.
12 on ye old initiative. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
but weren't we like level 6 or 7 at the time or something?
It was
Yeah,
on par for you
But there were
guys.
like 8 of you.
Yeah, that's true. No, I think some people didn't show that time. So you took down its hit points a little bit, but it still is doing the kick-ass thing.
Well, you couldn't meet it. Its saves was the problem. It had a decently high save on its thing, and you guys had a
Yeah.
decent chance to do it, but you weren't getting it.
I didn't get added to initiative. Nobody likes me.
Okay, second.
I go last as usual.
I don't know why you didn't get added.
I'm going last, so I'll be right back.
The dwarves are actually quite initiatized this time.
Yes, let them die first. I can't set the initiative on Dwarf Slave 22 for some reason. Must be an ownership thing. Can anybody set it, or am I lagging badly?
CB.
Dwarf Slave 22, Initiative 17. There you go. Yeah, it's not letting me right click on them. Let me do all the others. Weird.
Probably because he's only owned by me for some reason. Instead of all players.
Greedy
There.
bastard.
See if it lets you do it now.
Yeah, I can right click on
I
it.
did. I changed them to PCs a while back because instead of NPCs, because when I had them as NPCs, every time I clicked them, I would lose everything for some reason. I would lose all sight. I was like, ah. So I changed them to PCs, and it doesn't. They don't seem to be doing that now. But
I see. Arthur, you roll. Yeah, set your initiative 18.
I just didn't set the number.
I have returned.
Ta-da!
Oh wow, we haven't started yet.
Alright. And the Java thing messed up all my tools. So. Alright. Everybody's initiative is set.
Alton goes dead last. Yay! That's what I get for having a +1 I.
You guys care who goes first? For Recluse and Yoshiro?
I guess we can roll off.
You can go first.
Okay, I guess I go first. So we're set, right?
Alright. Alright. So, Zook.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get where I can actually see everything because it wouldn't show me a minute ago. So we're rolling initiative, but we see nothing. Is that what I'm?
Are we supposed to be able to
Yep.
see enemies at this point, or?
No.
Okay. In that case, I will simply use my turn to move up with the rest of the party.
Come running up on us.
I'll just catch up since obviously I'd fallen behind, evidently. And I guess that'll be my turn since that takes 2 movements for me.
Alright.
Who's moving the dwarf slaves? Is it still Foster?
I guess I am. Dwarf Slave 4.
And who's gonna move the gnomes? Atham?
I can if nobody else wants to.
And he is now stuck in the wall.
You gotta- Yeah, you got him, Arthur. Atham, I mean.
He moves to there. Arthur's turn. And I see nothing, right?
Nope.
Arthur sits where he is.
Oh,
Alright.
in the wall.
Stuck again. I'm not sure why we're initiatized when I see nothing, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, I
Just a
think that's
slow
appropriate.
movement. It's a slow movement so I can keep track of everything.
In context, I have held my hand up and said something doesn't feel right here. So we would have an excuse to slow down.
Dorn and Sully's done.